Thank you, Ashton. Thank you.
So, Chaitanya, can you actually coach yourself? Like, how do you even start thinking about that?
Ideally, well, a coach is someone who kind of is a disassociated person. So it's ideally most rewarding if somebody else is doing it. But
Mm-hmm.
there are, of course, some learnings that you can pick up from the art of coaching and
Right.
apply it to yourself, because it's effectively a good way to question some ways of thinking, and whatever gets you thinking about how you are thinking is a good way to self coach. So yeah, it's possible.
So it starts by thinking, right? And anything that
Yeah,
cues you into
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely. So, of course, there are some steps, and there are some like quick takeaway steps that I can share with you. But
Mm-hmm.
everything basically starts from thinking,
Okay.
and it's about not just floating in the in an inertia of thought, and it's
Mm-hmm.
about deliberately taking charge of how you're thinking. So for everything, thinking basically awareness. So for everything, put a spotlight on how you're thinking, why you're thinking like that, question your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
bring in more awareness, understand who you are, how you think, why you think like that, and heighten your sense of your self-awareness. That's step number one. Second step would always be understand what lies beneath that awareness. Okay, try and understand what those thoughts are really telling you. All right, now if I
Mm-hmm.
say I want to be successful, right, that's something that my thoughts throwing at me, but what it's really telling me could be I want to make more money. Now there is a deeper level to that explanation, so that awareness now gets deepened. Once you figure out this is what I really want, then you define what is success for me. Could be a small goal, could be your life, could be how you run your relationships, could be how you show up at work. What is your success criteria, right? Because now you know what you really want. What does that translate into for success? That's step number three. Step number four is now you have your success criteria, backtrack a plan of action to get there. Now you have your finish line, figure out a plan timeline wise, where you know these are the steps I need to do, or these are the steps I think I need to do to get to that finish line. That's step number four. Fifth one would be, at this point your mind will throw practical problems at you. You know what, this is difficult, this can't happen. So challenge those limiting beliefs. The more you question limiting beliefs about yourself, about things that are coming up as challenges, because our brain works, our amygdala will kick in and tell us, no, let's be safe. You know, that's how evolution has made our amygdala. So its job, it's our brain's job is to protect us. Now the dangers are not as much as a lion coming and eating us, it's more of us feeling the fear of failure. You know, so it's not life and death, but our brain acts in a way where it says if you're moving away from safety, it is life and death. So therefore we fear it so much. Understand that it's not going to kill you, and that's how you start challenging your limiting beliefs. You ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen if I do this? And when you understand that the worst is also showing you alive and well at the end of it, you realize, it's probably a anticipated problem much more than an actual problem. That's five. And the next step would be, think about this in this scenario. If you knew that your success is guaranteed, whatever your goal is, what is it that you would do differently than what you're doing now? Now that suddenly takes care of that. What if it keeps that aside, it parks that problem? Now you know, okay, it's coming to me. Now what will I do different? Suddenly now you're focusing on the action that you need to do. Right now, that basically helps kick in a few more neurons and more neural pathways in your brain about, oh, there is another reality that can actually work for me,
Yes.
because you've plugged out that uncertainty from your head now, even for a moment, and now you've shown your brain this new reality that, oh, I can get there. Now it's getting excited. And the seventh step would be, if nothing works, fast forward to the last day. It's a little morbid, but last day on your deathbed, and ask yourself, what would be a greater regret? Would it be taking this step and failing, or not trying this at all? More often than not, depending on the goal, it will be, the bigger regret would be maybe not trying this at all. And so that will also probably push you a little forward towards, let's try it. What the hell?